They call it a classic, but tough play game. Two great programs on the rise, definitely. Obviously, Kalamazoo Central being here for the last 3 years, that pretty much indicates where they're at. We took our lumps today, really. When we went up 11 or 12 in the third, you got to match intensity with intensity. I just think a little bit we kind of didn't match their intensity, and that really made a big difference in the ball game because we had a chance to really give ourselves a comfortable margin. We weren't able to do it. They're a great team, well-coached team. Mike does a great job. Mike Thomas does an excellent job with those guys. Maybe I did a poor job today, and we'll regroup, and hopefully we can get back here next year. I'm just sorry that this guy to my left couldn't leave the way that he would have wanted to. He has an opportunity, obviously, to play his home games for the next 4 years in this very arena. I just wish I could have sent him off a little bit better. No, Perry, I guess to a certain degree, maybe, but, our big guy got 2 fouls quick, so that kind of hurt us a little bit. The one thing that Kalamazoo Central does, as we all know, they're going to defend like heck regardless of what happens, but we feel like we do the same. They shot 3 for 22, actually in the first half, to be very specific. But we felt like if we matched their intensity, we knew they were going to make an attempt to make a run, and we pretty much figured they would have to do it via the trap somehow. So we kind of knew that was coming. A turnover here, turnover there, this kind of crowd. At the end of the day, these kids are 16, 17, 18 years old. Sometimes we don't respond to that the way we should, and they kind of brought them back in the basketball game again a little momentum. Well, really, Darius is a big kid, correct? He was more of a factor on the perimeter than anything, and with Percy getting early foul trouble, going out there on the perimeter, having to move his feet kind of bothered him a little bit. And at the same time, as a coach, you want to maybe put somebody else on him to get some more defensive pressure. But on the flip side of that, this isn't football, so it's not like every time we get the ball, I can stop playing and put it back in the game. So Percy is such a big part of what we do offensively. I kind of picked my poison there, and the kid hit some shots and got him rolling, and he did a good job getting to the basket.
All year it's been hard, playing without a inside presence. You look at other teams, playing without inside presence is hard. So we was game planning just attack the basket, without the big man being in there. But then again, they give him a chance to help out a little bit better. Is that it? I just wanted to send the game to overtime, win in the overtime, and that's basically what was going through my head. After it was like that might have cost us the game, and again, it's not one play that cost us the game. Plays, in the past.
Why did their ground Brandan on and whatnot pressure you defensively in the full court? Why did their pressure you?
I don't think it was them trapping us. I think it was us, rushing, trying to get the ball up the court, and that's what all season, when teams trapped us, we was patient with it and we got the ball up the floor.
Lack of patience, perhaps.
Definitely.
Coach, you talked about how big an advantage you think the game Kalamazoo Central that they've been here twice already. Their kids have been through all this, and this was your first time.
You know what? Our kids, maybe a little. I think sometimes experience is more of a thing that you guys like to talk about a little bit more than anybody. I just, at the end of the day, the floor is 94 feet, and they got 2 rims and got some beautiful nets on them, and you just play basketball. The game that we played on yesterday, same venue. You know, we just, you meet intensity with intensity. My high school coach, Ben Kelso, used to say that all the time. You meet intensity with intensity. And really, those guys at Kalamazoo Central just did a wonderful job of coming out and fighting when their backs were up against the wall. Now, the reality of it is, just because this is how this thing goes, had we responded properly to it at that time, like we normally would have, we could have probably had about an 18, 19-point lead, because trapping really doesn't bother us like that. And that's why I was kind of surprised. And I told the guys at halftime, and Brandan can attest to it, I said, at some point, they're going to have to come trap us. And when they come trap us, we're going to make their run give us a run. They intend on trying to make a run, and we intended on making a run off of them making the attempt. We just didn't respond to it properly. You know, we came down and we threw the ball away one time at half court. The next play, we take a jump shot, and it really was a 3-on-1 break. One time we get a layup, and it gets blocked. As a matter of fact, I can remember 2 layups during the course of their run that we just got blocked simply because we just didn't go up strong enough. And, you know, 4-on-1, we give up. You know, we carry with the basketball. So, again, these are kids, and those kind of turnovers at that time are truly magnified because it makes such a big difference in the basketball game. And, you know, we'll regroup, and, you know, again, I have to do a better job, evidently, with something that we were doing. And, we look forward to, like I said, having a better season next year.
One more question for Coach Blair.
At the end of the day, you know, my kids gave us an opportunity to play on the last day. You know, in the bigger scheme of things, my kids average about a 3.4 grade point average. You know, as a whole, we take honors classes. We don't have basket weaving and lunchroom twice and gym 3 times and none of that. My kids have honors classes. I think these kids kind of, you know, defied the myth a little bit about neighborhood schools in the city of Detroit. You know, I have a young inner city team who lives in the city, who get good grades, got great character. We had an opportunity to win a basketball game that would have won us the championship on the very last day of the season. So to say I'm disappointed because my trophy didn't say something a little bit different, yeah, a little bit. But at the end of the day, you know, next Thursday or Friday, this young man will still have a smile on his face again. We won't think about it. And I'll look at him and recognize that he's a young man that I would want him to be. If I had a daughter, 17, 18 years old, he could come to my door any day and date her. And pretty much every kid on my team. So we didn't win the championship today. Maybe we may win one next year. Maybe we won't win one for another 85 years. But we're going to make sure that we raise men the way they should be raised.